Hey carnivores, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Bella, the Steak and Butter Gal. I hope you all are having an amazing meat-fueled day. Update me on how you all are doing. How are you today, right now, when you're watching this video? Drop a comment down below. I absolutely love reading your comments, especially the ones that share your recent victories, your recent struggles. And yes, I love reading about struggles because it helps me make better content for you guys. So before I get into today's video, I'm going to take a minute to announce my 26 winners from my recent giveaway celebrating my 26th birthday and hitting 80,000 subscribers. So by the way, thank you guys so much for all of your sweet, thoughtful birthday wishes, for celebrating 80K with me. So without further ado, let me now announce my 26 lucky winners. If you see your name on the screen, please open the description box for details and directions on how to contact me to claim your prize. The entire list of winners is also typed out and listed in the description box, so please double check that your name is typed out and it is you by opening up the description box. Again, congratulations to all 26 winners. I absolutely love hosting amazing carnivore giveaways, and I actually throw giveaways every single week within my Steak and Butter Gang community. As long as you join an upcoming 30-day carnivore challenge, you are able to win carnivore prizes every single week. So join us at SBGmeetup.com. So today's video, I'm going to be taking you guys to my go-to spot for grocery shopping for cheap meat, delicious, high-quality carnivore foods, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what I pick up. What are my go-to carnivore foods that I pick up from Costco? The cheapest deals, the best high-fat carnivore foods, as well as the best high-protein carnivore foods. So in this video, you guys will get a few snippets, a few cameos of my boyfriend, Steak and Butter Guy, because he is now carnivore again. He is officially 1 month into the carnivore diet. This is actually his second attempt at being carnivore, and this time around, I'm not gonna get my hope up, but this time around, I have to say it is going a lot smoother. And Steak and Butter Guy will take some time to personally explain what he's doing differently this time around. What are his tips for our new carnivores who have similar issues and goals as him? So keep watching to see our typical carnivore diet grocery haul, as well as a full day of eating for a carnivore couple like us, me, Steak and Butter Gal, who is very high-fat carnivore, 3.5 years in, and for my boyfriend Steak and Butter Guy, who is only 1 month into carnivore and very high protein, moderate fat. So this will give you guys a lot of varieties that will cater towards pretty much the whole carnivore crowd. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, turn on those bell notifications to not miss my future videos. Oh, also, if you want even more carnivore content of what we eat in a day as a couple, tips and tricks, follow me on Instagram for even more awesome content about the carnivore lifestyle at Steak and Butter Gal. Hey carnivores, as you guys can see, I am in a moving car, so I'm going to keep the intro nice and short. We are currently on our way to Costco, and I want to take you guys with us to show you a typical carnivore diet grocery haul for a carnivore couple. So it'll feature the meats that we usually buy. I'm not going to buy anything new. I'm literally just going to pick up all of the carnivore foods that we usually get, what we love, what we know is delicious, cheap, and high quality. I'm going to film me cooking up meals, carnivore diet meals, using these Costco ingredients to show you just the simplest, easiest, most delicious meals that work for anybody. So just a little bit of info about me versus my boyfriend, Steak and Butter Guy. And by the way, I'm holding my microphone here just so you guys can hear me clearly. A little bit about myself as a carnivore. I am now carnivore for 3.5 years. And throughout these 3.5 years, I have definitely tweaked, experimented many things, including the fat to protein, the types of meat that I eat, cutting out certain meats, exclusively eating 1 or 2 meats at a time, playing around with eggs, with butter, with raw dairy, with pasteurized dairy. So I know all of the ins and outs of the carnivore diet. For the meal choices that I go with today, 3.5 years in, I can promise you that the foods that I eat will be extremely gentle, especially to my healers who are watching, who have autoimmune issues that they want to heal as soon as possible. So with my meals, I can also promise you that they are going to be high fat. If you've been following me for a while, you guys know that I thrive on extremely high-fat carnivore meals, just carnivore diet in general. So anything that I eat will be extremely high-fat. Now, when it comes to my boyfriend Steak and Butter Guy, it will be refreshing to see what he eats typically as a 1-month carnivore. You guys probably know, especially my longtime viewers, that he did give carnivore diet a try, I think last summer. So this is not his first attempt at carnivore, but as a 1-month carnivore, there's always going to be differences in the go-to meals. Why? Because new carnivores will always want to have meals that are more exciting, more palatable, more variety. So you guys will see that. It's also going to be refreshing because he does not like very high-fat carnivore diet meals. So we will be able to offer you high-fat meals and high-protein meals. So babe, what exactly made you decide to give carnivore diet another try?
Giving carnivore diet another try on the benefit of doubt that perhaps I misunderstand my own relationship with food. Dr. Anthony Chaffee had a little chat with me regarding food and brought up the relevance of Stockholm Syndrome, which is, of course, when a person falls in love with their abuser. Of course, in this case, the abuser being non-carnivore food, primarily sugar and carbohydrates. So I thought about that, and that definitely reverberated with me somehow. And I'm trying to give this another try with the understanding that these things that may not taste as delicious to me as refined sugars and carbohydrates are actually the right way to go. Furthermore, he had a second point that I thought was very convincing, which is that you should eat to taste. I would always stress out about the quantity that I'd be able to consume. Dr. Chaffee told me that once beef stops tasting delicious, then I should just stop eating. And that definitely took a very large amount of stress off my back. So with this approach, I feel that eating carnivore is much more manageable, just psychologically for me. And so I'm looking forward to continuing down this journey and reporting progress.
I'm so happy, guys. So I didn't really announce, Steak and Butter Guy being carnivore again because I didn't want it to be a big deal until he really felt like he was stable and settled into this lifestyle. If it takes you multiple attempts to try the carnivore diet before you feel comfortable and ready to just stick with it for life, that is absolutely okay. So while we're on this drive to Costco, I'll take a few more minutes to talk about the Steak and Butter Gang. So the Steak and Butter Gang was created for my new carnivores specifically, but after 2 years of running this community, it is now kind of catering to just anyone who is interested in getting healthy through eating animal foods. So we now have a community of not just carnivores, but also ketovores, keto diet eaters, and just carni-curious people who just want to get into a community to learn a little bit more about this lifestyle before jumping in and actually trying it. If you guys have watched any of my recent videos, specifically the roundtable discussions, you guys will know that I have so many members who have seen and felt incredible transformations, both physically, through their bodies, through their faces, mentally, emotionally, all of it, and with their health. Of course, our health is priority. So check out my roundtable videos. I'll link it down below in the description box as always to really understand what type of support and coaching and help you will get within the Steak and Butter Gang. Today we are now 8,000 members strong. And it is just amazing to see this community grow month after month, to personally connect with each of my challengers every single week on Zoom. There is nothing more inspiring to me than following along somebody's progress from day one to the day where they start flourishing, thriving, and feeling confident again. So to join the Steak and Butter Gang and all of the 30-day carnivore challenges, please do go to sbgmeetup.com. I will make sure to type it out on the screen, but I always link it down below in the description box box as well if you want a clickable link. So babe, I have another question for you since we're just waiting. What is one thing that you can advise for a new carnivore, specifically for those who are just interested and have not yet started?
If you're going to limit the kinds of food that you eat to this degree, it would help a lot to at least have different flavors of the same food. For me, I really liked having a little salsa with steak, or just relatively natural condiments. I'm not talking about like ketchup or,
Yeah, right.
anything like that.
What's the condiment you've been using lately?
Been using salsa verde, which gives my steak a little bit of a Brazilian flair, just a little bit. That's probably really culturally appropriated of me to say, but the point is just giving more variety to the flavor without tampering with the primary food source. So that's why I'm a huge advocate of using relatively less harmful condiments just to get started and get the ball rolling.
And less harmful as in completely harmless. I personally chose out this salsa verde, and I will make sure to include it in the video right here, a screenshot of it, and link it down below. It's from Whole Foods. It is completely sugar-free. The ingredients are so clean, so safe, pretty much harmless. So I agree. That's actually a fantastic tip, babe. Condiments can really make your life so exciting, especially when you're transitioning and getting used to eating nothing but animal foods. So first stop is, of course, the beef section, and I just wanted to show you what I saw on this day. I have never seen this tomahawk offered at Costco here in Seattle ever before, so I was pleasantly surprised. Didn't buy it just because the prices were a bit high for us, but if you can see, they have New York strips, prime, ribeyes, prime. But this right here is what I always get whenever I go to Costco, and it is their sliced flanken cut short ribs. I call it Korean barbecue short ribs because this is what I grew up eating. My mom would always cook up flanken cut short ribs in the oven, and to this day I still make it in the oven, and I will actually be showing you guys how to cook it in this video, so stay tuned. And then we of course picked up our favorite sugar-free sausages. I think this is the only sugar-free sausage offered at Costco, so we don't really have much of a variety, but it is by Teton. And then of course for me, I get my favorite raw Gruyere cheese. This is a raw unpasteurized cheese, which is the easiest to digest. Zero histamine issues whenever I have this raw cheese. Of course, we have to get some more fatty meat for me. Pork belly is excellent because just check out the price. It's $4.99 a pound. That is so cheap. And then we got some Kerrygold unsalted butter to cook all of our meals in, some pasture-raised local eggs from Wilcox Farms. This right here I did want to show you guys is an excellent food that is cheap, and if you are on the go, if your job requires you to be on the go often, or if you're traveling, vacationing anytime soon, this is such a good on-the-go carnivore food because it's literally just wild-caught salmon, boneless and skinless. It's like a whole sleeve of it. And you can see the ingredients here is just pink salmon and salt. So look at that. Already packed, ready to take with you on the go, and it is $15.69 for six 6-ounce cans. I forgot to add that I also got a whole box of their glass San Pellegrino bottles. So we're all done at the Costco, and Steak and Butter Guy's unloading our Costco cart filled with delicious carnivore foods. We got so many good ingredients. I'm so excited to start cooking. He's such a gentleman. He insists that I just sit and wait in the car, and he does all the unloading. Here's our typical Costco carnivore haul. We love their flanken short ribs, which are only $8.99 per pound. But if you want their thick cut short ribs, you can get it for $7.99 a pound. Their ground beef is excellent at only $4.49 a pound. If you want their cheapest fatty beef, I would get their beef brisket. Their pork belly sliced is excellent and high quality. Do get their organic chicken party wings. These are their Teton sugar-free sausages, which are the best sausages ever. Some raw cheese is great for variety. Some pasture-raised eggs is best, and also get some Kerrygold Irish butter, but if you're allergic to butter, you can get their ghee. And of course, their frozen ground beef patties are extremely budget friendly, easy, and convenient to cook. Check out the description box for all prices and follow me on Instagram for more carnivore content at steakandbutterguy. So which one is your favorite?
This one, salsa verde.
Ah.
Should I try some taco sauce?
Ooh. $4.49. It's really just a few products today because we have a whole freezer full of meat anyways, but we just love going to Costco for their great deals. We always get their pork belly. This, by the way, is such a good hack for if you want something even cleaner, healthier, less triggering, especially for my autoimmune members who are healing deep. I highly recommend that you guys avoid bacon and instead go with pork belly. Fresh cut pork belly is so much better for you than bacon because bacon is processed, it's seasoned so heavily, there is so much salt, and it is very difficult to find a bacon that is free of nasty ingredients. So boneless pork belly from Costco is fantastic, and check out the price, guys. $4.99 a pound. You cannot complain that carnivore diet is expensive if you can get high fat, nutrient dense meat for $4.99 a pound. And then we got our go-to pasture-raised eggs, a box of 24. We got our fantastic Le Gruyere raw cheese. How do I eat raw cheese? I eat it straight out of the block, as if it's just like a carnivore bar. It is amazing. And Steak and Butter Guy finds this cheese to be a little bit pungent for his taste. So this is why I just eat straight out of the block. It's literally just for me. And then we have Steak and Butter Guy's favorite high protein meal food, Polish sausages from Teton Waters Ranch. So good, so good. Oh, check out the ingredients. Very nice list of clean ingredients right here. Okay, great. And then we have my favorite high fat meal of all time. I have to say, some days I love this even more than ribeyes. The fact that I can pick it up and eat it with my fingers just makes it even more enjoyable and primal. So yeah, $9.99 per pound, the lowest I have ever seen their short ribs at Costco. So definitely pick some up if you can get it for $9.99 a pound. It is such a steal. Oh, and here is the sauce, the condiment that Steak and Butter Guy was talking about in the car. It is from Sky Valley and it is called Salsa Verde sauce. They have a bunch of different sauces, but he just goes for the Salsa Verde. And oh yeah, we got a whole box of Costco's San Pellegrino sparkling waters. It's the cheapest at Costco, so we just get boxes of their glass bottles whenever we get the chance. Thought I would include a snippet for carnivore diet snack options. These are my two go-tos, and I'll tell you what both types are great for. These ones are great if you love a good crunch. If you're the type who needs popcorn on movie night or who loves that crunchy crispiness of a chip, this Carnivore Crisp chicken breast is so good. It is the best replacement I have found to date that is comparable to potato chips. And if you love high fat, beef brisket is the way to go. It is so fatty. It's just literally strips of crunchy fat and beef. And the beef heart is excellent for those who cannot stomach the taste of fresh organs and who want the nutrient density of organs on the carnivore diet. Discount code is on the screen. Just use SBGuy for unlimited discounts. Taste test of the Carnivore Crisps. Look at this fat, crunchy, crispy beef chip. Now, Carnivore Bar is excellent for those who are always on the go and who kind of need a meal replacement almost. I obviously do not recommend just eating these instead of a nice, hearty, juicy, real steak, but this is the next best option if you're vacationing, traveling, on the go, busy, and you need a quick pick-me-up. So the ingredients, literally grass-fed and grass-finished beef and tallow, and that's it. They have salted versions, they have unsalted versions. I like the unsalted because I just don't really need salt in my lifestyle. They even have one with honey, just in case anybody loves their honey. I don't recommend honey on the carnivore diet. But yeah, these are so good. What do they taste like? Just crunchy steak in a bar. It's crunchy, it's creamy, it's fatty. It just tastes like a blended steak in bar form. This is what the bar looks like. It really is just pemmican. So it's a blended steak in bar form, and you can hear the crunch. Another staple that I recommend you guys check out is some high quality electrolytes. Steak and Butter Guy takes these every single day just because he's super active, he sweats every day. I personally recommend them to anyone who is interested in the carnivore diet, especially my new carnivores who are wondering why they're having headaches, fatigue, low energy, muscle cramps. I always ask them, are you possibly taking electrolytes right now? And if their answer is no, I just say, check out Element Electrolytes, just to save time, make their lives easier. Element Electrolytes is my go-to recommendation, and specifically their raw unflavored one right here. As you can see, it is the teal colored box and package. Why do I recommend this one specifically? Because it is literally just high quality sodium, potassium, and magnesium, all measured out for you without any flavors, colorings, dyes, zero stevia. So this, by the way, does not have any sweet taste. It has no flavor. It really just tastes like salt because it is electrolytes only. Steak and Butter Guy, however, is not picky with what type of flavor he takes every day. He takes one of these packets every single day because he goes to the gym every day and he needs to supplement with electrolytes. Here's a look at their free sample pack, which you all can claim with any purchase with the URL on the screen right here, drinkelementi.com/SBGuy. You basically just open one of these packets, pour it in whatever beverage that you want to drink, mix it up, drink it down, and you're good to go. So again, to claim your free sample pack, go to the URL on the screen or click the link down below in the description box. This is my all-time favorite high-fat, beefy carnivore meal, just high-fat meal in general. I lay it out on a baking sheet, and the key material here is the parchment baking paper for easy cleanup. This baking paper does not catch on fire. I get so many questions asking if it catches on fire. It doesn't, even at the highest temperatures. And it picks up all of that grease and the liquid fat. You can save that fat or let it solidify and throw it away, but it makes cleanup so easy, and it is not toxic, unlike aluminum foil. So this is what the parchment paper looks like, as you can see, just like, so I lay it out over the parchment paper, as you can see, and I'm gonna put it in the oven. I think I'm gonna do 375 for 45 minutes. Again, I just bake it at 375 for a total of 45 minutes, and that's it. For my side today, I'm just going to hard boil a couple of eggs, and this is suitable for me, high-fat carnivore, because I'm going to be adding a ton of butter with these eggs, and it's also suitable for Steak and Butter Guy because it is already quite lean, not that fatty, and very high protein. So here's the finished product of the short ribs. It is absolutely perfect. I recommend that you cook it at low temperatures for longer if you prefer your short ribs to be juicier and more tender, but it is delicious either way. Here's the finished product of the hard-boiled eggs. If you like a mildly runny yolk, then boil it for 8 minutes. If you like it fully cooked through, I recommend boiling it for 9 minutes. After the timer rings, I just put it in an ice bath. So just get a bowl of ice cold water so the eggs will not further cook. Let it soak for a couple minutes and enjoy with tons of butter. So since I'm high-fat carnivore, I will always top my eggs, honestly, every single thing I'm putting in my mouth, with an extra piece of butter. If you prefer to be higher protein, moderate fat, of course you can skip the butter. And if you're sensitive to butter, you can swap the butter for ghee, Ghee. It is basically clarified butter, and it will not cause you reactions, especially histamine reactions. If you try this meal out and you try flank short ribs for the first time, please share and tag me on Instagram. I absolutely love seeing your reactions. So for Steak and Butter Guy's meal, his go-to high protein meal these days is sausages and eggs. For some reason, he just absolutely adores sausages, which I'm kind of confused about, but he loves the Teton sausages so much. Sear it up, I cook it up. The Teton ones are already cooked for you, so you really just have to do a quick sear. Once they're nice and seared, I will move them to the side of the pan, and then I'll just crack in a bunch of sunny side up eggs for him. Now, let's say he is craving for just a plain, juicy, standard piece of steak. He tends to prefer New York strips over ribeyes because they are leaner and they do not have that nauseating fat cap from the ribeye or the fat chunks. So New York strips are his favorite, and how I cook my steaks always is with my Cuisinart air fryer. You guys know how much I love this air fryer. I even have 2 sizes. This is the smaller one. It perfectly fits 3 steaks. But the larger one easily fits 4 whole Costco steaks. But I cook it in the Cuisinart air fryer at its highest temperature, 450 degrees Fahrenheit, for exactly 8 minutes for a bloody rare doneness. If you like it medium rare or a little bit less bloody rare, then just cook it for longer. No, I do not flip my steaks because I'm lazy.